Good evening, my Rio Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for December 26, 2023. And in the news this evening, fisherman killed in bar dispute in Westmoreland. A fisherman was shot dead at a bar in Retreat, Little London in Westmoreland on Boxing Day. He has been identified as a 33-year-old Jamar Rankin of the community. Reports from the police are that Rankin was involved in a physical altercation with a man at a bar at 12:30 a.m., shortly after which loud explosions sounding like gunshots were heard. The now deceased was seen running from the said bar along the roadway and subsequently collapsed. Rankin was found suffering from a gunshot wound to the chest. He was assisted to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital by residents, but he was pronounced dead on arrival. Police data shows that as of December 16, 113 persons have been killed in the parish compared to 139 during the corresponding period in 2022. Investigations are ongoing. Old Harbour Bay man shot multiple times while heading home. A man was shot multiple times by gunmen while making his way home in Burkefield, Old Harbour Bay, St. Catherine Monday night. The injured man remains in hospital. His attackers are being sought by the police. The police report that about 11:40 p.m., the man was riding his bicycle along a dirt track on his way home in Burkefield when he was pounced upon by 3 gunmen who opened fire. He was hit several times, including in the abdomen. The gunmen then escaped in the area. Residents then took the injured man to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he was admitted for treatment. The police were summoned, and upon arrival at the scene, several spent casings were discovered. The Old Harbour Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating. Man shot dead by off-duty cop in Westmoreland. An off-duty police officer shot and killed a gunman in Sheffield, Westmoreland on Christmas Day. The deceased has been identified as a 33-year-old Omar Brown from the community. Reports from the police are that the off-duty cop was at his home, standing at his gate shortly after 10 p.m. when he heard loud explosions sounding like gunshots some meters away from where he was standing. It is alleged that the cop then saw Brown running towards him with a firearm in his hand and ordered the now deceased to drop the weapon. Brown allegedly did not comply and then pointed the gun at the officer. According to the police, the off-duty cop, in fear of his life, pulled his licensed Glock pistol and fired in the direction of Brown, hitting the gunman, who then fell to the ground holding onto a black firearm. The firearm was thereafter seized and found to be a Taurus GC3 pistol with a serial number erased and loaded with a magazine with 3 live rounds. The police were summoned, and the now deceased was seen lying on his back with a gunshot wound to the head and abdomen. He was later transported by the police to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. 6 people arrested after gun seized in police operation. The Kingston Eastern Police on Monday seized an Arcos 9mm pistol along with a magazine containing 2 9mm cartridges along the Bull Bay Main Road. The police report that about 12:37 p.m., acting on information, a team of lawmen signaled the driver of a white Toyota Probox motor car to stop. He complied. The vehicle and its occupants were searched. The police say during a search of the vehicle, the firearm and ammunition were discovered in the front passenger door of the vehicle. The 6 passengers were taken into custody. Their names are being withheld pending further investigations. Gun seized on Southern Coastal Highway, possible link to earlier shooting being explored. An investigation is being carried out to determine whether a gun seized along the Southern Coastal Highway Tuesday morning is connected to an earlier shooting in Cane River in the Kingston Eastern Police Division. The Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit says that the weapon, an Arcos 9mm pistol with 2 rounds, was seized when a police team intercepted a Toyota Probox motorcar along the Harbour View St. Andrew to Yallis St. Thomas leg of the highway. 6 persons, including a foreign national, were arrested in connection with the seizure. 42% increase in early childhood educators with a first degree or diploma in the last 20 years. The Early Childhood Commission is reporting that there has been a 42% increase in the number of educators in the sector with a first degree or diploma over the last 20 years. Chairman of the Commission, Tricia Williams-Singh, says the regulatory body has made significant steps in improving the sector, although there is much more work to be done. Her comment follows stinging criticisms by the Jamaica Teachers Association of the government's management of the early childhood education sector.
Everybody gets up and brag about the fact that I'm a product of, for example, yes, and I can be biased, I'm honest that way, Calabar High School, New Forest High, Campion College, Monroe College, Manchester High, Bishop Gibson High. We brag so much about attending those schools, and we give back so much to those schools. I am saying shift some of that giving back and go back to the mismatch that have made you who you are today, or that infant school or infant department that has made you who you are today. Because everyone knows a lot of the success of a lot of these schools in Jamaica has a lot to do with the Past Students Association.
Fish killed at Zephyrton, Linstead. The National Environment and Planning Agency is investigating a fish kill at Zephyrton in Linstead, St. Catherine. The dead fish were observed in a tributary of the Rio Cobre. Residents told the news on Tuesday morning that for more than 1 week, there has been a sewage-like odor, and on the weekend, dead fish were seen in the river. Sharita Thomas, one of those residents, said the stench is making the lives of residents unbearable. The news was informed that a team from NEPA was in the area on Monday collecting samples from the river.
We have been facing these challenges more than one time. This has been happening over a week now, and we can't even come outside. The scent is so bad. Even when you're out on the roadside, you're smelling it. So we have to lock up in the house in the night time, especially when the breeze blow. That's when the scent come up more.
What you observe, in the river?
A lot of dead fishes.
Hopewell High principal released from custody. The principal of Hopewell High School in Hanover, who was taken into custody last week as a person of interest following the murder of the school's bursar, has been released. The news was informed that the principal was released Friday evening after several days in custody. He was questioned about the shooting death of the bursar, 35-year-old Jermaine Roberts. Mr. Roberts was shot on the school compound on Wednesday about 3:20 p.m. The police was informed that the attack was carried out by an unidentified person who witnesses described as approximately 6 feet 2 inches tall, wearing a floral hoodie. The principal was reportedly wounded in the attack and was taken to the hospital for treatment. Head of the Area 1 Headquarters, Assistant Commissioner Clifford Chambers, told the news that the principal was listed as a person of interest as the cops tried to identify the person who carried out the gun attack. In the meantime, Leighton Johnson, president of the Jamaica Teachers Association, says the association is closely monitoring the situation at the school, adding that the association is deeply concerned about the unfolding events. Ministry of Agriculture to receive report on operations of Jamaica Agricultural Society next week. A review committee is expected to submit a report to the Ministry of Agriculture next week pertaining to issues plaguing the Jamaica Agricultural Society. The committee was established to review the processes involved in conducting the annual general meeting and elections to ensure a seamless transition of leadership. There has been mounting concern about the fact that no election has been held for the last 3 years. There has also been a series of court challenges resulting in the intervention of the ministry.